Hello and welcome to Oakland High School, Oakland, Alabama. We are talking living above the standard on this Monday edition of Go Wildcats with head coach Ryan Hall. Okay, Coach, so the past couple of times we've been together, we've emphasized, and you've emphasized who you are as a program, who you're trying to help them to become. Now let's talk specifically how you go about that. What's the day-to-day values and lifestyle look like for the team?
We call it living above the standard, but live and play, those kind of words are interchangeable for us. It's just, the standard is the standard, and that's kind of what we want to get our players to live by on a daily basis. Like you said, when they walk in that building, they know the expectation, and there's all kinds of things. We could go through a lot of different ways to kind of get that across to them, but we choose to use three. And the first one is just be a great human being, just be a great person. Live with values and principles that positively affect other people. And the golden rule is the best thing to follow. Just treat others like you want to be treated. And so the first step in that is just be a good human being. If you can't do that, if you can't treat your teachers right, and you can't treat us right, and you can't do things the right way, you have a hard time in our program. So, that's first. And then second is be a great teammate. And that dives into, being dependable. Being a team guy, be willing to sacrifice. We say hoka hey, that's kind of something we use a lot here, and that just means it's a great day to lay down my life, or a great day to die, as the Sioux Indians termed it. But we're not asking them to die. We're just asking them to put down their own personal wants and desires for what's good for the team. And that goes a long way in being a great teammate. So we want to be a great human being first, and then be a great teammate second. The last one is take your education serious. And again, we could go into all kind of things, but those three things to us, if you're a great person and you're dependable here, you're a good teammate, you respect others in the locker room. We got a lot of kids that come from different places. Just be respectful of them. And you take your education seriously. To us, you're living above the standard, and you're giving yourself the best chance of being successful as an adult. And so part of that education process, we ask them, we're not going to accept zeros. To me, that's a lazy effort on any type of assignment. We're going to ask them to be respectful in the classroom and not be a disruption, be a model student, and just give their best. Not everybody's an A student, I get that, but I think everybody's capable of putting the work in and doing the best they can, so we're always going to focus on that. But those are our three things: living above the standard, be a great human being, be a great teammate, and then take your education seriously.
That's awesome. Very good. Glad to hear that. Appreciate you explaining that to us. We thank you for watching at home. Remember, this is a great time now to go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, and be sure that you stay informed of all that's going on here. We hope you'll keep watching, as we'll have a special player spotlight here about above the standard, and we'll also take some time after that for Coach to break down the roster for this season. All right, so for today's player spotlight, we're here with number 9, middle linebacker and quarterback, Trace Cagle. Trace is a sophomore. Had to sit out several games last year because of injury luck, but we're thankful that you're recovered and doing better, and we look forward to seeing you on the field this fall. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you.
No problem. It's an honor.
All right, let's talk about this concept of living above the standard. When you hear that phrase, when you think about yourself and this program as a whole, what does that phrase mean to you?
The coaches, they really push us to be the best man we could possibly be. And ways we could do that is doing stuff that nobody else is doing. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's putting in that extra rep, doing stuff and nobody's paying attention.
Awesome. That's very good. Thankful to hear you say that. Is there a single moment that you can look back on from, say, this summer's workouts or anything, off-season kind of programs, that stands out in your mind for when you or the team as a whole have risen above that standard?
Like, to me, the mentality has changed a lot from the beginning when we started into now. Every day now, like after practice, there's people staying and getting extra work in, and you stay for 30 minutes, an hour, and everybody's doing what they need to do.
Awesome. Well, that's great to hear. Let's close with a little lighthearted question. It's game day. It's Friday night. It's August 19th, first game, and You have any kind of a pregame ritual, routine that you use to kind of get yourself going?
I always get me a couple packs of Gushers and listen to Teenage Dream by Katy Perry.
Okay, Gushers and Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. That's sounds like a fun combination there, Trace. What flavor Gushers you go with? You mix it up, or you?
Just mix it up, whatever
Whatever flavor? Awesome.
Whatever
I remember
got.
those as a kid, and I honestly didn't know you could still buy them, so I'll have to find me some now. All right, Trace, thanks again for joining us.
No problem.
Anything you want to say?
Go Wildcats.
All right, so Coach, as we move toward football specifically, let's talk about the upcoming roster for this season, especially through that lens of how they have proven to rise above the standard.
Yeah, it's a different roster for sure. We lost 13 seniors, and that's a big group at a school our size. And not only did we lose 13 seniors, but we lost 8 of those signed to play in college, and they were some really good football players in that. Several All-State, several, accolades. That's probably the most decorated group probably in the history of Oakman football, I would think, with all the awards that were garnered and all that. But new year, and we go from probably having the most experience I've ever had as a coach to having the least experienced roster we've ever had as a coach. But those things are irrelevant when you get on the field. You got to play the games, and we're excited about this group. The breakdown is we have 5 seniors: Pearson Gerganis, Cam Hulsey, Aiden Martin, Dylan Shedd, and Gavin Johnson. Those are our 5 seniors, and most of those guys have been with us a long time, and I'm proud of them. And I always tell them, big thing about being a senior is you made it through, and we're proud of you for that. So then we've got 7 juniors, 12 sophomores, 9 freshmen, and like last year, you can see an 8th grader play in there too. We got a couple that we really like. Really proud of our team this summer. As far as what we're trying to do culture-wise, the pack and do your job, know your job, execute your job, and buy into something bigger than yourself. They've done a great job of embodying that and living above that standard that we talked about of being great people, teammates, and doing your schoolwork the way you're supposed to be done. Kids like Trace Cagle's a fantastic leader and a guy that shows up every day. He's dependable. We have a bunch of guys like that. It's hard to pull out a few. Gage Blanton's really tried to be a leader this summer for us and step up. And Luke Martin's had a fantastic summer in terms of effort, and he's a great kid that's always going to be dependable, a great teammate. There's so many guys that Tyler Thomas, the guy that started a bunch of games for us last year, is just in his own way, he's a great leader. He shows up, he works, and we've got so many guys like that. Those guys pop in my mind because they played a lot last year. But we got a bunch of young guys: Bridger Upton, Chris Eckroth, Aiden Carson, Logan Tarvin. There's so many guys, Aaron Hanley. I could name 15, 20 guys to talk about. So we're proud of the development in that, and obviously we really believe that if you do things right and you do them with great effort, that in the end that'll pay off. And so we're just, we're going to keep fighting and keep working and know that there's a greater reward out there for us.
All right, that's fantastic. We appreciate that glimpse at the roster and look forward to seeing these guys on the field this fall. All right, Coach, so these videos, we're airing them all this week because this is an important week for you guys as a team. Season starts the next week. So give us a rundown of what all's going on this week.
Yeah, we're right here at it, and we're real excited. I tell you what, the band's practicing, the cheerleaders getting ready. It's an exciting time of year, so we're finishing up our preparations of fall camp, which is, your 2-week period there where you're kind of getting all the final touches on everything before you go into game prep week. And a couple of things this week that have become traditions around here for us. We've got our second annual Go Wildcats kickoff dinner Thursday night, 6:30 here in the indoor. We'll have food available, and Philip Davenport, who's an SEC official and local Jasper resident, he'll be there and share some stories, and be neat to hear him talk about some of those guys on the sideline and things he hears. And Philip also had 2 boys that played at Jasper at Walker High School, and so he can kind of share some of his positive experience his boys had in football. So we're excited about that. That'll be Thursday night at 6:30 here in the indoor. And then Friday we have our Meet the Cats. We've done that every year that I've been here, and we bring all of our Wildcats out. That's our youngest Toy Bowl players, cheerleaders, We have the band will be here, our cheerleaders. We'll introduce all of our players and even play a little bit of a scrimmage there. We'll probably run out and play 10 or 12 plays and just a big night. Entry to get in that admission is just a cleaning item. We just ask that you bring a lot of things we need like shout and laundry detergent, bleach, any cleaning material that you can bring. That'll be the admission, and we appreciate that. But 2 big events, and to kind of kick off the year, get everybody excited. I know everybody already is, but those things are just kind of ways we can reach out and connect with community, and that Meet the Cats Friday night will be a big deal. There'll be a lot of people here, so get the kids excited.
Awesome. That's very good. And then the next week, we kick it off for real on the road at Sologent week 1, week 0, I guess, technically, right? The 19th. And then here at home the next week against Cordova on a Thursday night. Is that right?
That's right.
The 25th. All right, so make your plans for all of that this week and the next couple of weeks as the season begins. We thank you for watching, and Coach,
Go Wildcats.